because for obvious reasons we think about our own in-house team and outsourced vendors completely differently. Hey there! So today I'm gonna begin a series of videos describing common mistakes that are made during the outsourcing of the software development. It is very common, and you might have heard about it many times from the friends or read in other articles on internet. But in any case, this is something that people are talking about, and this is something that gives a lot of fear and insecurity when people are trying to outsource their development of their software. So, and this is very common. The mistakes and failures, they're very common, and throughout the time that I manage a software development company for 10 years, actually already more than 10 years, I have accumulated tons of different cases of failures and of common mistakes that clients make when outsourcing their software development. There are different states at which people come to us, but there is one distinct state that we have, is there is a certain amount of clients that come to us at the point when they had failures. They already had failures with their previous vendors, outsourcing vendors. So, and like, for example, one of the big cases that I can remember is about one of the clients. I'm not gonna mention their name for obvious reasons and provide any specifics. But so right now everything is fine, but back then when they came to us, at that point they were outsourcing their software development to a US-based company, and they have been developing it for a bit over a year. But at that point the state was simply horrible. The application itself wasn't behaving correctly. It was already deployed to the client, they were able already to sell it, but it wasn't behaving up to the requirements. It was buggy. Clients kept complaining almost every day. They were dealing with production issues all the time. Clients actually started leaving, and the development team was mostly busy with fixing production issues, fixing all the technical problems, and almost not moving with any of the functional requirements. From what we have been able to assess roughly and to deduct from the information that we knew, they spent probably about $500,000, and the application was nowhere near being finished, or even being, we wouldn't even assess it being in MVP state. Okay. So I definitely don't want you to make any of those kinds of those mistakes. So that's why I have prepared and structured the most common mistakes, and I'm going to describe them in the upcoming videos. From my experience of running the company and talking to those clients, I should say those mistakes usually fall into 6 buckets. So the first one is a set of mistakes when you select an outsourcing partner. Then another one is when you negotiate the terms of your engagement. The third one is when you set up your team. The fourth one is when you do the initial planning, or rather don't do it. And then the fifth one is related to a later stage, when you already have your process and your development being steadily executed. So there is a number of mistakes that you can make at that stage. And the sixth one is something that people don't pay too much attention to, but it can actually be a total showstopper. Those are mistakes related to your mindset. How do you think, and how do you take this outsourced and external team? Because for obvious reasons we think about our own in-house team and outsourced vendors completely differently. Okay, so for each of those buckets in the upcoming videos, I'm going to go into the details, list a number of common mistakes that are made during this stage, and for each of the mistakes I'm going to provide you one key action item that you should do in order to prevent from this issue to happen to you. All right. So if you have any questions, please post them below this video in the comments, and stay tuned, and I will see you next time.